Do you support him?
I think there are some things that I think are good, like the Space Force.
You have comments on Elon Musk?
Well, you have to give him credit. I spoke to him very recently, and he's also doing the rockets. He likes rockets, and he does good at rockets, too, by the way. I never saw where the engines come down with no wings, no anything, and they're landing. I said, I've never seen that before.
Despite the seeming contrast between Elon Musk and President Donald Trump, Musk may end up being a significant surprise winner under the Trump administration. The two appear to be utterly incompatible on the surface. Let's get straight into the business deal. By placing big bets on cutting-edge technology, including digital payments, electric vehicles, solar energy, and commercial space travel, Musk established a reputation for himself. Before showing a profit, his ventures often needed years of upfront investment. In an effort to impress Peter Thiel, he smashed a $3.5 million McLaren sports vehicle while driving too fast. He is intelligent but also a touch reckless, like a precariously clever youngster. And he failed to consider getting insurance first. Trump, on the other hand, made his money in the real estate industry, which is firmly planted in the present, and his demeanour is more like that of a stern school principal. In terms of climate change, they are also completely at odds. While Trump has vowed to roll back rules intended to combat climate change and has previously labelled it as a hoax, although his choice for EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt has acknowledged it's real, Musk's economic interests centre on reducing reliance on fossil fuels. What then should we make of Musk's appearance at the White House when he spoke with executives from Ford and other traditional businesses like Lockheed Martin and Johnson & Johnson? Even though his firms have a far lower market value than most of the others represented at the table, Musk participated in the December meeting between Reach Titans and Trump. He was reportedly encouraged to stay for a second, more intimate meeting with Apple CEO Tim Cook. Nearly no one else in Silicon Valley has closer ties to Trump tech advisor Peter Thiel than Elon Musk. The two got to know one another while co-leading PayPal, at the time Thiel's startup acquired by Musk. And Thiel's venture capital firm, Founders Fund, invested in Musk's space exploration startup SpaceX early on. Thiel also thinks we need more businesses like Musk since they are taking large risks rather than concentrating on small tweaks or cost cutting, and they could have a significant impact on human advancement. Like most American manufacturers, Tesla purchases the majority of its components from nations where labor is less expensive. To supply batteries for its automobiles, the business is creating the Gigafactory, a huge factory in Nevada with at least 1,000 more employees to be added. It presently employs more than 800 people. Panasonic also had additional employees working there. These are very kinds of manufacturing jobs in the United States that Trump regrets having lost to foreign rivals. Also, once the facility is finished, Tesla might overtake Ford as a vehicle with the greatest percentage of American-made components. The solar energy business SolarCity, which is combining with Tesla, also has plans to erect a solar panel manufacturing facility in Buffalo, New York. SpaceX is a prime example of a private firm taking on a significant mission that was previously owned in the province of federal government agency, namely spaceflight and exploration. This is precisely the kind of private sector innovation that conservatives with liberation leanings like Thiel support. The unusual partnership may turn out to be advantageous for both parties if it persists. Musk has access to the president, who has pledged to suspend the status quo and make it simpler for American businesses to conduct business. Trump receives the backing of a forward-thinking engineer who might help him improve his reputation among the Silicon Valley tech sector, which was outspoken in its opposition to him during his campaign. Even though many individuals would find this surprising, investors are not entirely shocked by it. Tesla has increased about 31%, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average has increased by about 9% since the election. Investors in solar energy aren't nearly as negative as they were during the day after the election, according to Andrew Hughes, an analyst for Credit Suisse specializing in alternative energy. That move appears to have several causes, including a developing friendship between Mr. Trump and Mr. Musk. In December, the president-elect welcomed Mr. Musk to Trump Tower, along with a group of technology entrepreneurs, and added him to a business leaders strategic and policy roundtable. Mr. Musk attended a White House meeting with a group of manufacturing CEOs where, according to a participant, he brought up the idea of a carbon tax. Unexpectedly, Mr. Trump didn't dismiss it outright. Rex W. Tillerson, the top executive of ExxonMobil and a stalwart of the fossil fuel industry, received Mr. Musk's support this week for Secretary of State. In deciding to upgrade Tesla stock, Mr. Jonas stated that the strategic relationship between Tesla leadership and the new administration is an important development. Many people were surprised to learn that Trump would turn to Musk as an advisor, Mr. Jonas said. Investors in solar energy had huge concerns that a Trump government would eliminate the federal subsidies that supporters of fossil fuels despise so much. Even if that is still a concern, the most current employment statistics indicate that the subsidies have increased the number of well-paying positions, just as the president has argued for. The Energy Department stated last month that solar technologies, both photovoltaic and concentrated, employ almost 374,000 workers, or 43% of the electric power generation workforce, in its annual Energy and Jobs report. In contrast, coal employs around 86,000 people. According to Mr. Hughes, the jobs data is a compelling argument in favour of the tax credits. He pointed out that due to a rare instance of bipartisan collaboration in Congress, federal solar subsidies were already slated to expire in a few years. Mr. Musk has emphasised that the use of solar energy is almost at the point where federal subsidies are no longer required. Tesla is also growing quickly. As it ramps up production for the new Model 3 and grows its Gigafactory, a lithium-ion battery manufacturing facility in Nevada, Tesla currently employs 25,000 people in the United States. However, that number may easily quadruple in the near future. Whatever multiplier you apply to that, Mr. Jonas said, it is a significant boost to the economy. One manufacturer produces 200,000 electric vehicles, which Tesla may soon do. Federal subsidies for such vehicles will also end. It appears that Mr. Trump and Mr. Musk also have interest in other areas. An individual with knowledge of the exchange claims that Mr. Musk brought up the nation's deteriorating electrical transmission grid in talks with Mr. Trump. In support of the so-called smart grid, Mr. Musk has stated that Tesla will someday provide grid services like add-on batteries that may be used in conjunction with solar and wind farms. Mr. Trump has backed infrastructure projects with significant social impacts like this. Additionally, Tesla's performance might aid in thwarting Chinese efforts to compete in what might be a crucial area for the future of the auto industry. However, the shared love of great ideas might be their only true commodity. According to Joel Achenbeck's article in the Washington Post, Elon Musk appears to have captivated the attention of the next president with his SpaceX project, which develops, produces, and launches cutting-edge rockets and spacecraft, as well as his passion for sending people to other planets. Within a decade, a manned Mars mission, a joint venture between NASA and SpaceX that would lower the cost and risk to taxpayers, could very well replace President John F. Kennedy's 1961 challenge to Congress to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth. This may all turn out to be wishful thinking on the part of Mr. Musk's supporters, Tesla investors, environmentalists, and optimistic space colonists, given that it's still early in the Trump administration. Trump won't kill solar, Mr. Hughes added. I want to believe that, but a lot of ambiguity still exists. The crucial query, will he eliminate the tax credits? The belief that Mr. Trump and Tesla can not only coexist, but also prosper together is nevertheless rising. Mr. Jonas asserted that one need not to oppose electricity in order to support fossil fuels. By 2050, Trump stated he wants to see all greenhouse gas emissions eliminated. Prior to that, Trump went above and beyond to resurrect the US coal industry. He withdrew from the Paris Agreement and the flexible policies on emissions because of this. 195 nations committed to avoiding the greenhouse gases that contribute to climate change as part of the Paris Agreement. Trump previously opposed the strategy on climate change, despite the fact that the US was the world's greatest emitter. He's since changed those rules. We'll return with additional details and videos. Please remember to like the video if you thought it was informative and helpful. Please leave your comments, subscribe to our channel, and check back for more thought-provoking videos. Until then, bye!